Joining us now is Billy, and we are going to be learning about massage therapy. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
Thank you so much. Good. How are you?
Good. We were just having a lot of laughs,
We
right?
were.
When the cameras start rolling, we try to be like composed.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to compose myself. But being around you, it just makes it very joyful.
Thank
you.
you.
What made you decide to become a massage therapist?
So I became a massage therapist because I just had a fascination for always wanting to help people. And, being a massage therapist is exactly what I do.
Okay.
I really help people feel better and help them feel more relaxed. And it really goes beyond just the Swedish massage. It really goes into, feeling better.
What is it? That's the one type that you practice, or you know other modalities?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I know a lot of other modalities. I do a lot of Swedish massage, but I'm more of the medical massage therapist. So I help a lot with, chronic conditions, chronic illnesses, and just kind of helping people feel better, in their lives.
What is important about knowing the meridians of the body and things of that nature? People just think that, somebody just lays down on a table and you're just anybody can do it.
Yeah,
It's not the case.
it's not the case.
Let's talk about that learning and that knowledge in order to be able to actually, be a licensed therapist.
So it's super important to understand how the body works, how the body operates, and you want to make sure that you understand the muscles, all that kind of stuff, because you don't want to hurt somebody.
Okay.
So many times people will go in and expect to get deep pressure, deep tissue massage, but they really don't know what deep tissue actually means. So educating your clients, educating people when they come in to see you is super important, because that just tells them exactly what they should be getting.
And talking about getting hurt, sometimes if you're going to a nail salon and they're like, 15 more minutes, we'll rub your back or whatever, and then you walk out of there and you're like, you've got great nails, but you're like limping with your shoulder this way, right? Sometimes you just need to ask who is applying the therapy to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I mean, I know that for a lot of nail salons, a lot of different spas out there, they are allowed to do certain body parts because it's not really going in depth into the body.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean it's not equally as important to know what you're doing.
Okay. And obviously, when you're working on someone, you need to know where their spleen is, their kidney, all the different, right?
I mean, the physiology and the kinesiology part of how our bodies work is super important, because we need to make sure that we're not affecting any organs, any other muscle tissues, bones. I have a lot of clients that use foam rollers. Not a huge believer in foam rollers because they should not be going on the spine.
Okay.
But that's just my personal opinion.
Understood. Well, that's important. I mean,
Yeah.
and you have an educated opinion, so
Absolutely.
It's good that you share that with your
Yes.
clients. So tell us about your practice. Where can someone reach you? How can we?
So we are located in Portland, New Jersey.
Okay.
Our practice has an array of different services that you can come in and do. We have cryotherapy, we have body sculpting, we have a sauna, red light therapy, massage therapy. So anything that you need for wellness is exactly found at Bossa Massages and Wellness.
Let's go through that. What are some of those things?
So cryotherapy so we can do cryotherapy for body sculpting, which is shrinking the fat and bringing in the loose skin. I've also been doing a lot of cryotherapy with massage. So I have a lot of clients that come in with chronic conditions that I've been helping them with. For
Wonderful.
instance, restless leg syndrome is a huge chronic condition that people suffer from.
It's like when your leg twitches at night, you're
Correct.
laying in bed and it's spasming,
Absolutely.
right?
And people are not able to get a full night's sleep with that. I have 2 clients that have been coming to see me for the past 2 months that have actually been getting a decent night's sleep after I've been using cryotherapy. So also mixed with red light therapy, using infrared saunas. It's just great for people to feel better.
So, and what that's doing is it's actually warming up the tissue underneath the skin?
For the red light
Red light?
therapy, yeah. So red light therapy helps with any kind of inflammation that we have, scar tissue. It also has a beautified factor to it by producing more collagen in the skin.
That's what I was going to ask you, because
Yeah.
sometimes I've had on dermatologists that also use red light therapy. So it can work. It's a double feature.
Absolutely.
Okay.
A lot of what we do is a double feature, because
Okay.
we do, on the beauty aspect of it, but we also do it on the wellness aspect.
How important is it to hydrate before and after a massage? And
So-
what does hydration help you with?
So hydration is always, a wellness factor. Everybody should be hydrating as much as they can. But that is one of the fallacies that we hear about massage that you need to go drink a lot of water after a massage. It's not the case. It's not going to do anything more or less for you.
Yeah, because they always say, no, it washes out the toxins.
No,
right?
it's a
Doesn't.
huge, huge false statement.
Drink if you're thirsty, just because it's good to drink,
No,
right?
yeah, drink,
Okay.
you should always drink water, but not
Right.
because you just had a massage.
Lovely. And also, what about our skin? When we go in, we should just be cleanly showered, but don't put any lotions or potions on top of our skin.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I always tell people that, you want to feel like you're just coming into a space where you can relax, not care what you look like, because by the time you get up from the table, you're really not going to care what you look like after that anyway.
That's true. Your face is kind of all mushed.
Yeah, it's all mushed up, and I mean, but we do, if you're spending like the day with us, we do separate the things that you're doing. So,
Okay, so you could have a whole spa day.
you could have a
there.
whole spa day at Bossa Massages and Wellness.
Wow. I was asking you because earlier before the cameras, right? Like, okay, I always hold my stress where I say my angel wings attach,
Yes.
but then also right above. What, is that your trapezoid muscle?
Yep, so
why do people hold stress into different places like that?
So we're naturally born to always shrug our shoulders when we're stressed out, when we're sitting, gravity kind of takes over, and we start to, exactly, we always tend to, when we're pointed out, we always kind of bring ourselves back a little bit. But actually, our traps actually go down to our mid-back. So
Really?
people think that the traps are more prone to shoulders,
Right.
which is the case for most people. But also when you're dealing with a lot of stress in your traps, it also has to do with a lot of the front muscles as well, like your pecs.
Really?
So when I start working on pec muscles, when I have a client who comes in with trap issues, they're like, well, no, the pain is here, the pain is here. And I'm like, give it a second, let me show you. And then I educate.
Love that.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you being here
Thank
today.
you so much.
So you're not just a massage therapist, you're a massage therapist.
Yes.
Right? I love
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
You're awesome.
Thank you
nice
so much.
to meet you, Billy.
Yes,
nice to meet you. And we're going to take 5, right? Okay, we'll be right,
Yes.
we'll be right back after I asked Billy to please rub my shoulders. Stay tuned for more. We're living it up. We hope you enjoyed this segment and maybe you learned a little something more. I know I did.